there you are. Morning. What's going on, guys? Figured I'd get in Dingling and the Dimwit and Miss Piggy. I call her Miss Piggy because she looks just like a lady I used to work with. I call her Miss Piggy. Sorry, but she looks like, sorry, Miss Piggy. Morning. What's going on, you guys? Had to get some cigars here at the cigar place. 13th day of August. 2025, my birthday. Oh my goodness. We're going to go to Maynard's tonight. I bought these in St. Martin. 2 for $5. 13 years ago. And they still are hanging out, so. I had 2 packs for, what is it, $25? So anyways, what's going on, you guys? We're feeling wonderful and delicious. We're having the time of our life. And we're gonna, Miss Piggy, please tell professional regarding Medicare, not someone, oh, okay. So she's trying to tell people Miss Piggy is. So what is going on, you guys? We're having the time of our life. And we're gonna smoke a cigar, light her up. We're gonna go home. Like I said, we're gonna go to Maynard's. I'm here in St. Louis Park. We bought our first house up here. And off of Colorado, we used to always go to the Dakota Park all the time. It's a great park. We used to go there all the time, the dogs. We had Abby and Shelby and they'd run around. So, yeah, what's going on? So anyways, the other ones I had before, they had Switzers, but I'm like, I'll get these again. You buy them in 2s. I wish there was ones in St. Martin. I got an email from somebody, my other channel, about my St. Martin videos. They want to know about DB a little bit. I get emails for both channels about my St. Martin because here it is. We had our you can see we had our potluck. My birthday now. We have a monthly buffet, but it was for the state fair. Then the ice cream social. So I got back. I had 2.5 bags of Swedish meatballs in here. Only 2 left when I got back. I was 10 minutes late. I got back from Minneapolis, you bastards. But someone else bought some meatballs, the barbecue ones, and some other stuff. And it was fun. It's always fun to do it. So free meal is good enough for me. So let's do a little cruise here for St. Louis Park, like I said. So anyways, we all know about barium exposure, right? Passed away. New York dimwit said so. Miss Piggy is questioning it, and Dingling hasn't said much. That was his butt buddy. You know, that's a good friend of Carl with a K, Crash, aka Santa Claus. It is the season for him to be Santa Claus. Beautiful day here. The weather here is, I could be like a daily woo. It's just like Miss Piggy, telling everybody what the weather is and everything else. No one cares. As long as it's not raining out, I really don't care. So I've spoke to his wife. We've talked about it before. Friday night, it's probably come out Friday, I am going to fly to Michigan and I'm going to go to his funeral. It's on Saturday. I'm going to make an appearance. I'm going to put Pat Benatar's greatest hits in his thing. I'm thinking of a song, either Desperado or Hellbound Train by George Thorogood. Great song, Hellbound Train. Or Wicked. What's that one? Witchy Woman. You know, something like that. I don't know. For the song I'm going to play when I get up there and speak. She said I could speak, and on behalf of the community, of the hater community. So there's our first house right here, right there. the weeds grow. That was a fun house, but I like where I live now. Speaking of my birthday dinner tonight, my next door neighbors up in the corner there, they wanted us to go to my Maynard's like 2 weeks ago, bike there, which I've done before with my brother. And I looked at her and I said, sweetheart, we bike. We don't have electrical bikes. What do you mean? I said, that's cheating. Sorry, I said, we bike. We pedal, okay? We don't have electrical stuff. We're not going to do that. That's cheating. So I think Desperado would be, but I'm going to put in there, I'm going to put a cigar in there too as well, on behalf of myself, you know. So I'm going to do that in his casket, put in there. I think maybe I'll put some little piece of dirt in there on behalf of the moon guy. So I think it'll be time of the life, you know. Be there, meet the family. Say, listen, he's a missed man here on the hater channels. You know, since I announced the death. And I'll talk about it on Sunday. I'll go back to the scene of the crime where I announced the death of barium exposure, right? Today was Camper Kevin, what is it, Camper Man or no? Camper Van Kevin, right? Went into, not hospice care, went into assisted living because of this problem, right? I announced that. But we'll have the time of our lives. Maybe I'll bring a bottle of Rockstar, put that in there or something, but I want a remembrance of YouTubers. And maybe I'll download some videos and put a little thing and throw it in there. I don't know, something like that, but I'll put a Speculation Sports hat in there. Tell them to give the Lord Jesus Christ, put the Lord on board of directors of Speculation Sports. Yeah, I want to make sure represented, but so I'm gonna fly out Friday night into Michigan, nearest airport, and then stay overnight at a hotel. And then I was gonna do it on Saturday morning, but I'd hate to have a flight delay. My brother's been dead since 12/12/12. He's still registered, so I can use his name for points to get a discount for Delta. So I'm gonna have Rugburn's employee sell that for me. I'm just gonna, I don't need any clothing. What I wear on the plane, I'll dress appropriate, show up, express my condolences to the family on behalf of everybody, get up there and speak of, how he spoke of him and, talk to his wife. And I have to apologize or say, listen, I know I called him out for his behavior. He had to capitulate to you. But I wanted to see if Daniel wanted to come along. Sent him an email. He said no, he's too busy. His mother wants him around the house. I offered to Greyhound up Santa Claus. Dingling wouldn't respond. Old Man Nation said he's too busy hanging out with the dogs. So Casey Grits said he's busy working overtime. So I wanted my girlfriend, Miss Piggy, morning, but she said no. So, blind news. That's the way he hears it. Remember that. Allegedly he can't see, right? We all know that's a bold-faced lie. I lie on purpose to flush out the truth. And I still gotta tell people, you don't think he's dead, then I need to see a body. Okay? I'm gonna go see his body. I'm gonna show my respects of a deceased man. While you guys all sit here and belittle and say mean things down below. So, I don't know. Sad, man. He was a great troll. And he's missed. Good old Daniel, the dimwit, living with his mom. I still can't get over Daniel. Lean in and listen. That you don't have you don't have a regular phone. I'm sorry. Speaking of that this morning, I was recycling some stuff today. I'm lifting it in the box, and my phones pop out. Company fan falls down on the floor. Mine throws into the box. I'm digging for it. There's a TV in there, and I have it on silent. I'm like, oh, I finally found it. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I dug and dug and dug, and there it was. So I lost. I mean, I was looking for the son of a gun. I'm like, oh, come on, man. You got to be in there somewhere. I still think it's funny. The dimwit, you know. I still want to get Miss Piggy on. Because there's no way Miss Piggy, a.k.a. Clipbait, would... No, don't pull out in front of me. Almost got sideswiped by a mailman. I'm going to go. I figured, you know, I'm a 63 grown-ass man. As of today, and we've had our differences between me and him, but I think it's only fair since I announced it to the masses that he's passed away. I spoke with the family, and I said, do you mind if I come? You know, I said, I'd like to play a song. He said, fine. I think Desperado would be really good. Evil Woman would be good. But Hellbound Train by George Thorogood, that'd be a great song for him, man. But I think Desperado would be an epic song. That's my brother wants to play it at his funeral. I don't know what I'm going to play at my funeral yet. I got everything written out. I do have to have a song to play. Maybe Bad the Bone or Who Do You Love, something like that. I don't know. I got to feel a good song. Or, yeah, I'll have Jim Schuler, Too Poor to Die. I have an IOU to the devil. I'll put that in there. I like that song by Jim Schuler. Monkey Beat. Look him up. Very good. You ever see him? Just say, hey, son. Cowboy says hello. I think it'd be epic to go see his young ass begging for money. I'll give you an application. All right? She waved at me. She's standing there with a sign in her hand. Able-bodied young lady. Unbelievable. Standing there. Knollwood's right over here. White Castle down here. Plenty of jobs for that young lady. On that podcast with Carl, he talked about Dave 25. He was a carpetbagger being asked if he'd let his daughter date a 50-year-old man. And he said exactly what I've said. That's her business. He said, not a big deal. It's not disgusting, but they're trying to get him to say something, some troll act. And so Demonic took it, and he answered the way I'd answer it. 21 or older, I really don't care. Hear any gunshots, this is the hood of Hopkins. This is the hood. They call this the triangle. It's a lot of carjackings here in this area right here, the poor side of Hopkins. So there was an unfortunate Somalian young man that they lived in an apartment right here, and he was autistic, and he walked into Minnehaha Creek here. He drowned. They found his body down a little farther. I was going to go help look for it that weekend, but they found him. He went down that road. He came in over here. I think the apartment's right over here, and he wandered in and he drowned. You gotta, when you have a little kid who's autism, you look away and they're gone. But yeah, we're gonna go and pay my respects Saturday, and so Sunday I'll do we'll do a taps for the guy, and we'll where I announced the death last time, you know, and I'll talk about how I expect it to be a beautiful thing. Everybody's gonna love it, you know, all that behavior. We'll have the time of our lives. You know, we hate to see people like that die at a young age. I mean, he was kind of a very unhappy man. Just unhappy. Just, you know, complained all the time, watched Sarasota Tim, hate watched him, you know, morning, and, you know, well, there you are, and, you know, the long stare, and Carl, and, you know, Blind Hughes, and many other people out here, Mafia guy. when you don't work for a living and you don't have anything else to do, and you find YouTube, you get brainwashed by the hunch who didn't know the geography of Ukraine today, I guess. You know, senior moment. Probably believed it was fear-mongering with the list, right? This is a nice area of Hopkins here. Used to be right all over here, my left over here. So, yeah, should be an emotional moment on Saturday in Michigan. Go hang out in the outskirts. I exchanged. Well, I said, "You mind?" She said, "Sure, if you want to come on up." Gave me. Thank God it's not a Catholic church, because I wouldn't go into a Catholic church. Going to my dad's childhood home right over here, right here on the hill, right by Burns Park. We used to hang out here. Remember, I went into this house in front of me right here, opened the door, and I could smell it. My dad goes, "You got to get out of here." He died. My grandfather died right there, right off of 2nd Street and Ridgewood Drive, right here in Hopkins. Opened the door, and whoa, my head popped back. He died. That was too bad. I was like 12, because no one talked for a couple days. But he was a good grandfather. One of those grandfathers. He gave you $100 on your birthday every single year, and he had my birthday card and my brother's birthday card of August already ready to be mailed out. So, well, yeah. If we can give you a good video to consume, smoke a cigar, tops down, cruising through Hopkins, Poor Side, home of Raspberry Festival, bear exposure. I'll speak well when I get up there and speak of the young man. I'll talk about his days on YouTube. Talked about me. But give me your best. We'll put the Pat Benatar greatest hits in there, in his CD and in there for him, Maybe little Barry Manilow, greatest hits. Whatever. He did capitulate. There's nothing wrong with that. A gay man can marry I have two friends of mine, they're both gay men, married two lipstick lesbians, and for insurance, they live in duplexes together. They're there for 20 years, 22 years, and they live just fine. The two women work for 3M, and they carry insurance. They both had babies. They gave their sperm, both guys, fathered the children. But they both did it with turkey basters. And the way they had at it. So, but it is what it is. Nothing wrong with that. You can't lead on your wife that you were experimenting when you were young. Like women will experiment. Then when they have their two kids, and they tell the guy, "Listen, hey, something. When I was in college, I wanted to have a couple of babies, and now they're gone. Hey, I'm gonna go live with Margaret. We're gonna go smash some gash. We just don't want the pole anymore." Oh, that's a nice convertible right behind me right here. This thing is, what the hell, in front of me, excuse me. Delta 88. Ooh, that's a beautiful boat. Beautiful boat. It's great downtown Hopkins. Beautiful. Old school downtown. It was one of the top 10 places in the country to go cruising. Archie's Bar used to be here. But we'll go to that funeral on Saturday. Fly out Friday night. We'll say, hey, we miss you. It's just not cool, man. I mean, you lose a guy like that, man. He was an epic figure on YouTube. Epic figure. I don't know. When you lose somebody on YouTube that you love-hate with, it's like, I guess Santa Claus said that Sarasota Tim has been not doing videos because he's got money in his pocket. I get it. It's great to have money, but I'm addicted to working. If I stop working, retired both my jobs, my pension that I qualify for in September for this company, I could. It's a nice pension plus money I have. I'd be dead in 2 weeks. I work because I want to and I like to, and I enjoy making money. I like keeping busy. So we'll talk about this behavior upcoming. But he's missed, man, by the troll community. Hater community isn't the same without him. So it is what it is. We appreciate people that come to the videos. Make a comment down below, like, dislike, kind of behavior. We always do. I see somebody, this lady's jogging behind me here. I give her a lot of credit. I give that woman behind me a lot of credit doing that. I couldn't do. And I tell you, I don't care how old they are. I don't care if it's high school. I don't care if you're 10, 20, 30, or 40. I get what she's doing. I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. I see her jogging, and this is where I bought the convertible at, right here. It was sitting in the front lot, right here. Smith One Import Auto. It was for sale there. That's where I bought it, walking home one day. And I brought it home. She said, "What's this?" I bought it. It is what it is. But we look forward to going to that funeral on Saturday in Michigan. Barium Exposure. I'm going to get that Greatest Hits album. Maybe I'll find a Barry Manilow. There's out there in St. Paul, it's called Cheapo Records. The one off of Fort Snelling burned down. They rebuilt it. I cried like a baby. There was all kinds of old records. The big one, Cheapo Records off of Lake Street. Just walk in, there's records galore. You can sit there for hours and flip through records and stuff and cassettes. There's even 8-tracks in there. But I'll go to Cheapo, and I'll look for Pat Benatar. Maybe I'll put a picture of her in there. You know, he can have it and put it in his arm, sneak it in there. But I think, you know, just like with what was that movie? It was in with Castaway. What'd you put in there? I put Elvis's Greatest Hits in there, you know, in the coffin. I don't know if it'll be open or closed casket. I have no idea. But I'll make sure he'll be listening, and I'll put up you know what I'll do? I'll get a picture of a penny slot. I'll put a penny on it, put it in there, tuck it in there too as well. So he can have a nickel penny slot as he goes to heaven or hell, wherever he's going, who knows? So, well, you guys, you'll be missed. And what are you gonna do, you know? You can only do so much. Rare exposure. Rest in peace. Godspeed, young man. All right? Just remember, man, I did not have sex with Miss Winsky. Or maybe Uptown Girl. I'll put that song. I don't know. Whatever I can put in there. You know. I don't know. You're always a woman to me. You know. I could play that back. I could play that up there. You're always, but I think Desperado is going to be a great song. So you guys, from the outskirts of the poor side, see you guys all later. Appreciate it.